All right, well, hello everyone. Thank you for joining us this lovely evening from wherever you're from, hopefully New Brunswick, but if you're outside of New Brunswick, don't worry, same information, but there are regionalized enrollment advisors for you. So if you need that contact, just let me know and I will give that contact to you. On the line, we also have Claire Bryan, who will let you know how to input any questions. If you have questions, feel free to type them in the Q&A slot there. And if I don't get to them during the presentation, then I will certainly address them at the end of the presentation during our Q&A. So I guess we will get going on to the presentation here. Thank you very much. I am Sarah Surratt. I am the New Brunswick, Newfoundland, and PEI Enrollment Advisor. I actually just graduated from Acadia in 2019 with a BA in theater, specifically focusing on performance, but also dabbled in the production side of things as well. I was also a varsity athlete or part of a club team on campus. I did the sideline cheer for basketball and football games, as well as some of the women's rugby games. And then I was also the competitive cheerleader or a competitive cheerleader on the Acadia Extreme cheerleading team as well. So I have a little bit of knowledge in the athletics as well as the academics. In terms of the community, Wolfville itself, I've served my entire university career at a local restaurant here in Wolfville. And then any other volunteer opportunities that I had, I definitely took up, any performances or singing I was able to do and still do currently. I took the advantage of that. There is my contact information. If you need it, feel free to take a picture of it, write it down. And that is my business cell phone number. So if you find it easier to shoot off a text, feel free to do so. I will get back to you as soon as I can, and I will not contact you external of your questions. So no worries on sharing your phone number either. And welcome to the presentation. Acadia, for those of you who don't know, we are located in the beautiful Wolfville, Nova Scotia, which is only an hour away from Halifax. If you're looking at distance from New Brunswick, mostly, I'll generalize it, I guess, it's about 4.5 hours from New Brunswick. So if you do want to go home for the weekend or any holidays, you definitely have the opportunity to do so. Lots of carpools as well, and we also have the Maritime bus route bus stop right outside of campus, so there's that option as well. Once you are finished in Halifax, you can pop down the Highway 101, head down into Wolfville, and you will see this Exit 10 sign. For most people, it's just a road sign. To Acadia alumni and current students, it's much more than that. It basically is a signifier that you are home and that you're this close to all the memories that you've made and experiences that you're either already made or going to make. So it's definitely a positive experience when you're popping down the highway and you see that sign. I always like to say when I'm speaking with students or anyone in general to kind of close their eyes and think of a Hallmark movie or of a university town, and oftentimes you'll think of the cute little flower shop or the fun little cafe, the neighbors watering each other's lawns, the waving hi to each other in the grocery store, or all the dogs walking on the sidewalk waiting to be pet. If those are some things that you've thought of, then welcome to Wolfville. That's exactly what it is, and that's exactly what the town makes you feel as well. Very tight-knit community, small community as well, so everyone knows everyone and everyone is there to support everyone as well. Wolfville has about 4,200 residents. As I said, it's a small community. Within those residents, most of the businesses in town are locally owned by those folks. So we have 15 plus restaurants, anywhere from pub grub to finer dining. So there's always something for any special occasion, or if you just want to go grab a burger and fries, we have that option for you as well. We only have 2 franchise restaurants in Wolfville. We have a Tim Hortons, and then we also have the Subway. So you get to have lots of experience in terms of even meeting the owners, as well as just cultural experience as well. Within the 7.3 square kilometers that we have in Wolfville, there are 8+ parks and trails that you can explore, and even external of Wolfville, we have the Cape Split, which is only 20 minutes away from campus, gorgeous hike that you can explore as well. So lots of different resources for all types of folk. If you follow down Main Street there, you will basically just cross the crosswalk and land directly on campus. So Acadia campus, for those of you who don't know, we have about 3,500 students. So what that means is we nearly double the town's population when the students are in full swing. So it is a really large university town, and we actually have a great partnership with the town, which most universities can't say. But any event that Wolfville does benefits the university and vice versa. So we really take care of each other in that aspect. Campus is also 500 meters from the ocean. We overlook the Bay of Fundy and the Minas Basin, so you have that resource right in your backyard as well. So if you need to take that little study break and get some fresh air, you can do that and just walk down the hill a little bit, by 2 minutes, and then you're there. Within our 3,500 students, we represent over 65 different countries from around the world. So you're never you're never not going to make a friend from somewhere else in the world. And even within our own country, we represent students from BC and Newfoundland and everywhere in between. So you'll definitely find some like-minded folk and learn a lot of different cultures and have that diversity while you're studying with us. Our average class size is about 28, and that can vary depending on your course or your faculty or your program of choice, but generally it's about 28, can be smaller though. And all that going and being said, we are really honestly one community, all helping each other out in any regard. This is just an overview of campus for those of you who have never seen campus. As I said, we overlook the Minas Basin and the Bay of Fundy here. You can see, hopefully you can see my mouse. If I'll try to walk through it, verbalize it if you can't see my mouse. But here is the more science-based side of campus, just as a little tour. So we have our KCIC right here, full of the botanical gardens and lots of different labs and resources for students to use. We have Patterson, it's a business, one of our business buildings that we use, as well as Huggins, which is more psychology-based. And then we have our Innovation Pavilion, which we just spent $22 million in renovations and upgrades with all of our new lab tech and resources for students in there as well. Up here, as you can see, is our turf and our athletics complex. The front half of this right here is for our kinesiology students. That's where most of your classes will be held right there. And that's the only building across the street from campus that you would have to use. So everything that you need on campus is all encompassed right here. The top half right here, you can see is residence, and I'll go a little bit deeper into residence later on. Right here is Dennis. It's one of our first year houses. This building with the green roof in the lower left corner, this is Cutton House. Another first year house, and then we have Tower. Obviously it's the tower at the top of campus, has 13 different floors. It's the tallest building in the Annapolis Valley. So if you're lucky enough, you'll get to have that view of the Minas Basin and the valley in general. And then to my far right, you will see the town of Wolfville right here. And actually these buildings close to the end is kind of getting to the end of Main Street. So you can see pretty much everything is just right there, ready for your resources to be used. And this building with the white top here, this is Mealhall. So you're about 20 seconds away from Mealhall if you live in Dennis House. And if you stand in the middle of campus, you're about 10 minutes away from any building. So you don't have to take a bus to another campus or another building in order to meet your class scheduled times. Within our programs, we have 3 different faculties, 30 different majors, and 200+ degree options. So what this means is that we're super flexible in whatever you want to study as a student. So we've had theater majors do a double major in theater and math or theater and sociology. We've had music majors also take the math route. So we basically want to make sure that what you're studying is of importance to you, and it keeps your interest throughout your whole 4 years. Within the arts, we have 15 different options, anywhere from the languages or Canadian studies, psychology, as well as our economics can be done as an art or a science. So again, giving that flexibility to blend your courses. There's a little bit of information about our economics program. As I said, you can do it in the arts or in the science. So many different options there for you. For our sciences, we again offer 15 different options within our sciences. So obviously we have bio and chem, but we also have engineering, nutrition, psych, computer science is a big one for us as well. You can do the Bachelor of Computer Science, with honors, or a Bachelor of Applied Computer Science, and all of those different routes or fields you can explore as well. If you're a student who is interested in taking the science or going into the medical field, we have something called the health science option. Basically what this does is you will be working with Hélène d'Entremont throughout your studies. And she will make sure that you have those elective courses or courses in general that allow you to be eligible for any of the dentistry schools that you want to apply to, or any other medicine schools that you would like to apply to. They do MCAT testing or MCATs and giving you the tools to prepare for those kinds of exams. So you have that support in this health science option as well. Aside from that, we do have professional studies as our 3rd faculty. We have business admin, community development, kin, and music. Education is listed there. In order to study an education, you will need an undergraduate degree first, but then you are able to apply for our education program right after and get started either in our 16-month program or the full 2-year program within the education. Community development is one of our standout professional studies, just for the simple fact that they are able to go out into the communities that they're studying about. So they're really getting that hands-on experience that they need, and they're not just reading it from a book or from any online articles. They're actually getting their hands dirty and seeing how they can better the community wellness or help the community understand itself so that it can better itself as well once they leave. Basically giving all the resources to that community that they would need to be successful or to be sustainable, sorry. And you can see there, they have small classes as well, and they really get that one-on-one with their professor and really learning and traveling around the world to the Taj Mahal. There's a great example right there as well. For our general admissions guidelines, all we will need is your grade 12 English, 4 additional grade 12 prep courses, and a minimum overall average of 75% for right now in general for early admissions. After our early admissions date drops, it will go down as well to the 70%. If you're looking to get into bio or kin, that 75% requirement will stay where it is all year round. If you have questions about that, feel free to ask me. I'd be more than welcome to, or more than happy to help you out with that. And I know that things were different for you guys last year. So we do accept those CRs or those credits that are listed on your transcripts. If you do have the enrolled on your transcript, we will be looking at those on a case-to-case basis. So don't fret. We will help you out in terms of figuring those things out and helping you figure out the courses that we may need from you or additional work that we may need from you. There are some program-specific admissions guidelines. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. It's a lot of text on one page, but I will just throw out some examples here for you. So one of them being the, let's say, business admin, grade 12 English with a minimum of 70%, and the grade 12 foundations of math or pre-cal A and B. If you're looking to get in the sciences, most of them require the math pre-cal A and B or your foundations, and then the chemistry 12. So again, if you want to look at the specific guidelines, just ask me or reach out to me, and I will be happy to answer that for you. Tuition and fees, everyone's favorite slide and discussion topic. So I know that in general, university and post-secondary schooling is an investment. And it's not just for your studies, it's for you as a human being and your own self-development and your own self-growth. So it is something to look into, absolutely. If you do want to opt out of some of these options, you can opt out of our health plan as well as our dental plan, as long as you have proof of other coverage, either an employer or if you're under your parents' insurance, then you just have to show proof of that, and we'll take those fees off. Also listed there is both a single and double room. You don't have to take both, obviously. So we're just giving you a general idea of what that looks like for you, just so you can have that in the back of your mind. That being said, we do help students out with our scholarships, bursaries, and financial aid. We give over $4 million every year. So there's definitely lots of support when it comes to financials. And if you want to know about the entrance scholarships, if you have that 80% or higher GPA total, then you will be eligible for the entrance level scholarship. You would need 2 references, one being academic and one being external, so a coach or an employer. And then you will hear back from that within the few weeks after submitting. This is one of my favorite slides, and this is where I can be the most honest with you. So anywhere you're looking at going to post-secondary or going to study in any capacity, please check out the average cost of living, because I can almost guarantee that after your second year, you're going to want to move out of res, either with your friends or just to be an independent student on your own. At that point, you're going to be 20 years old and really wanting to move on from the 17-year-olds living next door to you. So really keep this in mind. And, you know, obviously Wolfville is the most affordable of the other cities and regions. And in terms of transit and groceries and rent even. So yeah, I would just recommend and look at or check out the average cost of living, if I can give some advice to you there. In terms of health, counseling, and accessibility, we have many different resources for everyone. We all have different learning styles. We all have different needs. So don't hesitate to be honest about those things and reach out to these folks. I myself have anxiety, and in my first year I let it get to me, and in my second year and up I used this resource, and it helped me immensely. So if you do need this resource, please let me know, and I can give you their contact. It's completely confidential. We also have a medical clinic, free to all students, in the lower level of one of our buildings, our residences, so it's right there and easy and accessible for you to use. So again, if you need any reminders about that or contact information, here's the quickest way to do it. But again, reach out anytime and ask me and forward it to me, and then I'll get you set up with them. Another way we like to take care of our grads is with our co-op program. So co-op in high school is very different than co-op in university. Co-op in university, for one, is offered in 80% of our programs here at Acadia, including some arts programs. So for those of you interested in the arts, don't worry, we do have co-op there for you as well. Our students earn about 10 grand on average per work term that they do. So some students do 4 work terms, but the average is about 3 work terms. So that's about 30 grand, which is a big chunk of change off of your tuition. So there's definitely an opportunity for employment there. And you get the 1-year work experience, and you get to network with all of different folks in the field that you're wanting to get into. So it's never a bad idea, and I highly encourage doing it. If it is offered in any institution that you're looking at, I really recommend looking into it. We do have one of the highest ranked co-op programs in the country, I will say that. And that's going up against schools like Waterloo, great schools and great programs. But with 20,000 students, you know, our little 3,500 student school, and we're doing pretty well with our co-op. So I think that goes to say a lot when it comes to how much attention we pay to our students and where they're going in their work placements. We do have an exchange program to offer you as well. We can exchange in 13 different countries. You can apply after your second year. And the benefit is that you only have to pay Acadia's fees and tuition. So no conversion rates or international fees. It's all there for you if you want to explore that side of you. In terms of residence, as a first-year student coming in, you're guaranteed a spot in residence, so you don't have to worry about that. We have 13 different residences to choose from, lots of different room styles and floor styles. We have an all-girl residence. We also have alcohol-free floors, scent-free floors, language-specific floors, pretty much everything in between. We can make it work for you. We actually have extra long beds for those basketball players or those football players that don't fit in the standard size beds. So if you need that accommodation, we will try our best to do so. And our residence life is amazing with working with students. So don't hesitate to reach out to them at all. As a student living in res, you are given an unlimited meal plan, and you can go in as many times a day as you want. And it's buffet style typically with every other year. Obviously this year's a little bit different, but we hope to get back to our normalcy soon. And you can eat as much as you want. We have also a resource called My Pantry, where you can go in and basically cook your own food. If Mealhall's not really serving what you're feeling that night, you can go in and you may make your own dinner. And the benefit being you don't have to wash your own dishes. So you get all the benefits of eating yummy food and none of the cleanup. So there you go. And we also try to locally resource all of our produce. We have a really cool little shipping container that was converted right behind Mealhall into, we call it the Acadia Grocer. And basically it's a sustainable resource that we use in order to grow our own produce. And we're hoping that within the next few years, we can be at least 50% sustainable on that alone. So when you're eating your salad in Mealhall, that came right from our own back door. We also use the Acadia farm, and one of our professors supplies apples from his own farm as well. So loads of different resources, and that goes to say for anyone with dietary restrictions or allergies or anything, Mealhall is definitely willing to work with you to build a structured meal plan for you as well. There are 80+ ways to get involved at Acadia. So many different clubs, anywhere from the Global Brigades or the SMILE program, which you can see right there, all the way to chess club and robotics club. So anything you need, we can try our best to make it happen. If there's a club that you are interested in that we don't have, all you have to do is just contact the ASU, and they will help you get that set up, and then you have it. So there's lots of things to get interested in and volunteer in. If you're interested in sports specifically, we have loads of sports to get involved in as well. We have our varsity teams, of course, and then we also have club teams, like I said, that I was involved in, that are also highly competitive. And then we have our intramurals. So if you just want to pop in that once or twice a week, you can definitely do that. We have our squash courts as well, and other Zumba classes and yoga classes that you can get involved in too. If you have the chance to come and visit us, our campus tours just opened last week for our Maritime Bubble students. So feel free to check out our campus tours website and book a time to come down and hang out. And if you want to let me know when you're coming down, I'd be more than welcome to meet you in person and answer any questions that you might have. You can email Leah under campustours@acadiau.ca to get that set up, or again, just check out our campus tours page. If you come for the campus tour, or if you come to an event like this one, or attend open house, we will offer you our boarding pass. It's our boarding pass program, basically. And what this means is, if you decide to study with us in September, we will reimburse you for the one-way travel that you took in order to get to us. So if you have your own private jet, or your own train, your yacht, or your family Vespa that you can pack everyone up on, then we will pay for that, or reimburse you for that gas for that one-way travel. So pack everything up and head on over. If you want to learn more, feel free to take your cameras out on your phones and just hover over that QR code there. That'll take you to our information page about any future events or anything that's going on. And I'll give you a second to do that if you need to. If you end up missing this QR code, don't worry, you can just reach out to me and I'll send you the link as well. The important dates here are listed. Again, the QR code will take you to our events page in which you can register, which like you did for this event, so you know how to do it. But our applications opened on October 1st. I had 2 info sessions, one in the 8th and one this evening. On November 4th, there is a scholarship information session, so feel free to register for that one. October 14th, we are doing our virtual open house. On the 12th and 13th, we are able to do on-campus tours for those of you who want to come in for the Maritime Bubble, where you will be able to do the on-the-spot admissions and get the tour as well. November 17th, sorry, my slides are a little bit jumbly there. November 17th, we are doing our student housing and meal plan Mealhall info session as well. So giving you a little bit more of a student perspective and a little bit more in depth in terms of student housing and what they have to offer you specifically. And then again, the same with Mealhall. They kind of combined those together. And then again, from the 13th or the 12th to the 14th is our open house. If you want to follow along in the future events to see what we're getting up to on campus, feel free to follow any of our socials. All of our handles are at New to Acadia U. I will say the Instagram is pretty popular, and we do Instagram takeovers and lots of different informations, not just about enrollment or recruitment or admissions. It's campus-wide, so any fun information will be posted there as well. And again, contact me anytime. I know I said it several times throughout this presentation, but I really do want you guys to know that you're supported and I support you, and I'm really there to help you. So if you do have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me at any point in time, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And that's outside of business hours or on the weekends, like feel free, anytime. If you want to fill out an application, you certainly can do that this evening. And I would love to welcome you to the Acadia family. So again, feel free to snap a shot of that QR code if you are able to. If you've already started one, that's okay. Just continue. Once this concludes, it will mark you as registered, and it will waive that application fee for you. So if you have any questions about the application process or anything, feel free to ask in the Q&A there. And that concludes my presentation. So I will open it up to the event here. There's a little bit of a 30-second delay with the event, so I'll give it a few minutes. Claire's asking me a question. Where is my favorite spot on campus? Oh, Lord. Well, I mean, I could be a little bit biased and say the theater, but I'll think outside of the box. We have a little a lawn in the back of the KCIC or the Irving Center where a lot of students don't really think about going there to study, but I love studying there. It was so quaint and tranquil almost, so it didn't feel like I was studying, and I was able just to kind of relax and set up a blanket for myself and just study outside in the nice weather at least. And then yeah, I'd have to say that's probably my favorite spot. And then off campus, it's just us. It's just one of our local coffee shops. I absolutely love that place. So if you have a second to pop down there, I would definitely recommend it. I'm not seeing any new questions popping up just yet. So I'll wait maybe another minute, and then if nothing new comes through, then I can wrap this up and let you all have a fantabulous evening. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions there. So I guess that I've done a good job at explaining things to you guys. Again, if you need my contact, I will put it into the chat here so that you can see it and copy it down. Oh, Claire already did it for me. Look at that. So feel free to click it and email me with any questions or concerns or curiosities that you may have about campus. And have a great evening, everyone. And thank you so much for joining me this evening. I know you probably all have Zoom fatigue, so I really appreciate it.